Over here, boy.
Now!
Huts.
Huts. He just automatically says,
I believe you're going to the dentist while you done that.
Oh, that's good.
Boy.
Just hold it.
Hold it for
Come here, Peanut.
Over here.
Do you want to go ahead and get all the green?
Yes.
What happened?
He put it right in front of Tabitha. All of them right here.
Yeah, I don't know what's saving.
Can you see Tabitha?
My big miss.
I will.
It ain't me you gotta take it up with now.
But it'll be all for you.
Really?
Well, he's
I'll
been
get 'em
pretty
to you.
content with the Frosty.
Yeah, he seems to be. See?
Hey, girls.
Yeah, they
Can
can
you
take
put
off.
your plates down?
You probably have
Or
to holler
Aaron,
them
You go ahead and come
back.
in.
They're doing
Let them finish eating. Well, they're exactly.
Right to your mamas, okay?
Okay, ready, Hudson?
Sit down, honey.
Hudson, scoot over so we get a picture and then you can play. All right, everybody on three, look at me. One. Elijah, stop it. Elijah, put your hands there. One.
Smile.
Two. Three. Lacey, close your eyes. Kelly looked away. Emily looked up.
You have to like that man on TV.
They're like, which one do we look at?
Hudson probably was doing that.
That man on TV, they can't get everybody to be still, and then they finally, I don't know how he does it, it's whatever kind of camera he's got. He takes different pictures he's took of them, and then
Puts them together.
Put it in there.
and
Would you
his
want-
wife said, how did you do that? Because everybody just about was moving all the
Someone
time.
else. Like, really?
I ain't got time to deal.
Someone else.
Jane.
All right, y'all ready?
Okay.
Who's number one? Everybody get your numbers out. Figure out who you are. Number 4 needs to get ready because I think number 4 is fine.
Actually, you give me number 2, but I'm always number 1, but that's all right.
All right. Who's number
Billy's
one?
like not
Guys, what we're doing
participating.
differently this year is
Me and
I wanted
Charles
to.
don't have those.
I just did. I only had a couple. Right, you can give yours to Shrey if you want.
Here. Go get my number,
Uh,
bud, for Callie.
I wanted to. We get so busy during the holiday season. If you were at Thanksgiving, you heard a little preempt to my speech. We get real busy in the Christmas season, and sometimes we forget what the true meaning of Christmas is. And I know we go around and we say, remember the real reason and all this, that, and the other. How many people actually take a moment and actually remember the actual real reason of Christmas, why we get together, why this holiday is the way it is, and why we've let this holiday get to where it is now. So I figured today we would start something that maybe we could carry on even long after my bones are in the ground. That we share the true story of Christmas every Christmas. And I broke it up to where everybody has a part of the Christmas. You have a part of the gift to give because these children are all listening to the true meaning of Christmas. Number 1.
Me. Gary gave it to me. And it came to pass in those days there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And this taxing was first made when Cyrus was governor of Syria, and all went to be taxed, everyone into his own city. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, out of the city of Nazareth, into Judea, unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child.
Number 2.
And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night.
Number 3.
And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them. They were sore afraid, and the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. Ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling cloths, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of heavenly hosts, praising God and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men.
Number 4.
And it came to pass, as the angels were gone away from them and into heaven, the shepherds said,
Number 5.
One to another, let us now go even unto Bethlehem, and see this thing which is come to pass, which the Lord hath made known unto us.
Number 6.
And they said, and they came in haste and found Mary and Joseph and the baby lying in the manger. And when they had seen it, they made known abroad the saying which was told to them accordingly, this child, and all they had heard, its wonder, and those things which were told them by the shepherds.
Number 7.
But Mary kept all these things and pondered them in her heart. And the shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all the things that they have heard and seen, as it was told unto them.
Did I give somebody number 8?
Sean got one. Gary and Red.
And when 8 days were accomplished for the circumcision of the child, his name was called Jesus, which was also named the angel before he was conceived in the womb. So the Christmas story, I guess trying to reiterate what the true Christmas meaning is it was when our Savior was brought into this world to be born of a virgin named Mary. And we celebrate this time to remember him coming. Because folks, without him coming, he couldn't have died for us. And without him dying for us, we would all have a predestination. And I'm thankful for that. I think the greatest gift that God has allowed me to give my family this year is for me to share the true meaning of Christmas with you. And I hope that even as busy as we get this season, and as the hustle and bustle of the season goes, we continue to remember that Jesus is not only the reason for the season, but he's the reason that we're alive. Because it all started when he breathed life into Adam, which in return breathed life into all of us. So without that birth, we would all be lost. So I think out of everything we could be thankful for this Christmas, that's the one thing we should keep in the middle, in the center of our lives, that Jesus came and was born. He walked the earth for 33 and a half years, and then he died on the cross for our sins, and then he rose again on the third day to prove that he was God. I believe that more than anything. He arose on that third day to prove that he was God. Because, you know, a song comes to mind, I get thinking, and it gets me a little excited thinking about it. You can, you know, all these people who worship Buddha and Muhammad and this, that, and the other, you can walk by their graves. You can walk by Buddha's grave and look in there and his bones are still there. You can walk by Muhammad's tomb and his bones are still there. You can walk by that garden tomb. It ain't there. That's something we have to be wonderfully thankful for, is that we serve a risen God, a God that's alive and real. But hopefully this is a tradition y'all will carry on, just to really stop and reflect on what the true meaning of Christmas is. And as I read you the story, or as y'all read the story of Jesus and the gift that we were given, now as we give the gifts, you're going to give your gift and explain what you know of them being a gift in your life. So each person who got a name, here comes the part of reading your paragraph or sentence or 2 words about the person. Just share something you know about them. So whoever wants to go first, raise your hand.
Alright.
Alright, adults, perk up.
Elijah,
Kids
you've
are
got
showing up.
Hudson's name. Take this to Huddy. You have to say one nice thing about Huddy.
Sit
What do
down,
you
bud.
like? What do you know about him? What do you know about Huddy? What do you like? No, say it to
Say it out loud.
everybody.
Tell everybody.
You gotta tell everybody, son. He's loud.
He's just like his daddy.
I know, but listen. Tell Uncle Stephen what you like to do with Huddy.
Tell.
What you got, buddy?
I'm shy too.
He's glad Huddy plays with him. Huddy's a
There
playmate.
you go, Hudson.
Yeah, right.
You can open it.
Huddy's a playmate.
That's what I have.
Sit down.
Tracy, do you want to get to our five? You want to just wait till we get all uploaded?
$50 later.
Okay.
I ain't quite like Mama.
Okay.
Well, I want a present first.
What is it?
The bunny.
Oh boy, bad man.
Alright, who's next?
Take it to Mama. Or Daddy. Take it to Daddy.
Wow. Huddy, Huddy, come here. You want to get Elijah's? Come here.
Here. Huddy, what do you like about Elijah?
Can you
He's
give
a
this
boy.
to Elijah? Go give it to Elijah and tell him you love him.
Roger.
Tell him you love him.
Give it to Elijah.
It's Elijah's baby. Now come get your present.
Don't worry.
Emily, you want to give your present to Lacey? Well, you have to at some point. Aaron, you want to give your present to Callie?
Callie.
I bet you just get one of them balls out.
Wanna give one to Callie?
I don't know who got whose name. You keep one, give one to Callie to give to Emily and Aaron.
That one on top? No, that's Lacey's.
There you go.
Callie's is the one that has the white ribbon.
One.
This one. Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Now,
Oh,
hey, turn around. Or tell Callie. Callie, come here.
Well, let's just get that.
Wait a minute.
Tell Callie what you like about her. Yeah, wait, everybody needs to be paying attention. I'm in my camera.
That one right there.
Callie, it's right there.
Steve from oh.
Not
That
the
one
big
right there.
All
Yeah.
right.
The red one. The red one.
Alright.
Tap the spotlight.
Sorry, that's
I like that. I didn't get to hear me.
this one.
Yes, you and Sissy and Hudson, I think. Let me see it.
They ain't gonna hear it.
What it is.
Elijah.
Yeah, you and Cece have to think of something to tell Nana when you give it to her.
But she's sweet.
Tracy, you'll have to tell me.
Hi,
Oh,
Callie.
I don't think we can do that anymore.
That's what she remembers about you. Put underwear on there.
Pick this up for her, man.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Hey.
You ain't got nothing on this one, honey. I can take this and just shooting at
Here, Callie needs to go next.
Go with her. Go with her. You gotta go too.
Sorry, it's getting more like a shot collar on.
There they are, but they won't hardly stay.
Everybody be quiet and listen to Callie.
You gotta go tell her something too, Lacey.
I told her what to tell her.
I did.
They keep falling out.
Well, anyway, Callie, baby, will you come
The
and
pink
say
one is
yours
a
again?
car air freshener.
Say yours again. Turn around to where Mama gets it on video.
You're the bestest Nana in the world.
Well, thank you.
Huddy, you gonna give Nana loves?
No.
No. Go give Nana loves. And tell her Merry Christmas. Tell her Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Alright. To Stacy from Buster.
Oh, we got each other.
All right, bud.
Why you going?
I want a whistling ball.
Well, what do you say about me?
Whistling ball.
Especially when you're standing in front of me.
Just don't like this.
Not so much what you say
It doesn't go
on
now.
praise, what they say after you're gone. But you've been a great influence in Steve's life. I thank you for that. and you're a great mother. You got great children, and the next one will be even just as great.
Thank you. Love you, Serena.
Get up.
Oh, you're good. Right now, I can still get down. So. That may change.
No,
Hold that for a minute. I'm not good at them things. She gets mad at me.
Is this videotaping or something?
I don't know. To Lacey from Buster and Jamie.
Thank you.
I guess.
All of that.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow.
Oh, thank you.
That's handmade.
You'll just have to wait. If you're running around, we can't find you.
So let's wait till we get done.
Wait, did you see it?
Oh, he ain't coming back up.
Water. It's in the water. Alright, Gary, come on over here.
Oh, this is a good one. I gotta
No, you got
record
to.
this
Come on.
one for sure.
You gotta be over here with Jamie.
I'm gonna put it in my.
Come on. Come over here where they can get you. Come on.
Thank you,
Come on, you got
sweetheart.
to.
Now, Gary, we made the children get
Thank
up
you,
there.
Buster. That's awesome.
Gary,
Nana, you're gonna have to whip him.
Dang, why you got stuff?
No, it's yours. To Gary from
This
Jamie.
ought to be fun.
Well, my mama always told me if you didn't have nothing good to say about somebody, not to say nothing at all.
Alright, Jenny. What'd you learn about Gary? What do you know about Gary?
Well, I didn't know about 40-some years ago when I was in high school. They come home with my brother Randall and spent the night. I didn't know just how close he wanted to be to me. So, Randall's wife Linda, her mother was Gary's daddy's brother. But that wasn't close enough. So then he had to marry
See
Tracy,
if Lacey will open it, baby.
which was my sister-in-law, so he became my brother-in-law. So he must have always thought of me as a sister by wanting to be my sister-in-law and me his brother-in-law. So on a serious note, I have never seen Tracy any happier than what she's been since they got married. And that means a lot to me because she had a hard, rough time and she deserves somebody good. And I think she got somebody good. And I thank you for being so good to Tracy.
It takes a lot of practice.
Or Teresa,
Really
whichever the case may be.
Honey, see if Sissy will, baby, okay? Callie, I'm not going to do that right now, okay?
Oh, me.
Mama's
Me,
recording,
my
okay?
turn. Billy.
Oh, this one good. Hey Gary, was that the right time? When I went to buy them, I asked that cashier, I said, you need to see my license. She looked at me and said, what for?
Billy, there's one thing that I've noticed about you, and I showed it in the gift. Your love for coffee and your love to cook. So I put those two together and got you your gift. The one thing I've learned about you is you have a lot to give, and you're probably, out of all the people I've met, you're probably the most attentive person that I've ever really talked to. And you always have something encouraging to say, even when there's not much encouraging to be said over a situation. You've always got something encouraging to say. So I think, with that being said, I think you're just a happy person. And out of all the times that my short life, I'm not old, my short life that I've lived, I have seen people happy, and I've seen people happier, and I've seen people the happiest, and I believe you may have the happiest that I've ever seen. I believe you're the piece of the puzzle that she was missing, that she needed to find in her life.
Really? I was trying to say something
When you was talking about all the people, I thought you was meaning all the guys Tap that ever been with.
You're welcome, baby. It's so cute. We'll get to you.
Y'all back off. Back off.
Alright.
Everybody got a cup.
I haven't got Buster. What'd you do with his?
No, I got.
What'd you do with
You got
Buster?
big cup. What did you do?
No, I got him. Is the blue one the one I
What
got him?
features on your cup?
Here you
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah,
Alright, to Buster from Stacy. Stacy loved being put on
Okay.
the spot.
Oh,
So I'm gonna have to ask you to be really super quiet while she's doing it.
Give me that.
Because she embarrasses really easy.
I really love my Christmas present. I'm ridiculously excited about it. You've always been there for Steven. You've always believed in him. He ever had a question. You've been a really good spiritual leader in his life. And he really needed that, especially throughout the early parts of his life. And I really appreciate that. And I love you. And I thank you so much for my Christmas present.
well, Gary wouldn't come over here and I didn't get to hug him.
Did you want to?
Not
Really?
really. I'll hug him later.
In a little bit, not right now.
Hey, where'd Tracy go?
Get all these little.
Go ahead.
Did you give?
Pretty sharp until I started cutting that tree.
Did you give Tabitha?
Gloves.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Hear Gary talk.
Tracy.
Boy, I must stink.
When
Those were
Billy,
samples.
I didn't hear what
Everyone
Billy
got
said to
those
you.
for Christmas.
He didn't say nothing about,
Gary got some too, trust me.
now I'm trying to think where he sent me.
He didn't hear me, did he? Hey girls, you got a gift for Paul. Right there. Lacey, you take it and say something nice to Paul.
Oh God.
Somewhere in you, you have to have something nice to say about Paul. So conjure it up, no matter how hard it is, and go take it to him and tell him.
He didn't tell what he told me. He gonna tell.
And it can't be that he's really crappy at song pop, because that's a very sensitive subject for Paul, okay? It can't be that he's really bad at song pop, because that's really sensitive subject for him this week especially.
Song pop.
Never played song pop?
You tell me what it is. I'll tell you
Grab your
what it is.
sister.
Oh, you'll have to play
I've
song
seen it
pop.
on
It's on it's a Facebook game.
Oh,
But
no,
I've
I
never
don't
played
play
it.
games on
I don't have one either now, but I could still play it. We'll have to hook you up with song
I
pop.
can't right now. I'm trying to think of something nice about him.
Callie, do you know
Something nice about
anything? Callie, can you say something nice about
You can't
Paul?
tell me nothing nice about Gary?
Well, tell him. Say it loud so he can hear you.
He has a nice mustache.
Thank you.
He's had to put up with Jamie this long.
He wanted to put up with me for this long. Look how hard he tried.
Yep. Go give him a hug. Tell him something nice.
See?
Alright, Gary. Hand me my phone, please.
Gosh.
There you go.
Excuse me.
Miss Tabby.
Alright, Gary, you gotta say something.
Hey, hold on, Lacey. Still saying something nice about Paul.
He feels sorry for Tabitha having the mother she's got.
Or I will keep it.
Well, while he's doing
She
that,
just got back so she could take a run and go.
then I'll do
Alright, you got Janie and Mama.
Oh gosh.
Let me get around
This
this
one
one
can
quick.
get touchy.
Oh Lord.
See, I'm pregnant, so I cry
Oh,
easy.
you're
I just about cried when he was talking to me and when I was talking to him.
Jamie. Yeah, and watch your notes.
Don't do that.
Over where Mama did.
Get him over here, Hutch.
When you married my brother,
Yeah. There we go.
I thought you was taking away my best friend.
Eat gun. What?
But I gained an extra sister. And I appreciate the support that you've been for my brother through everything. Even though times you wanted to kill him and still will want to kill him, you haven't. And I appreciate you being there and being there for me. For everything that you stand for and everything that you've been for my family. I just appreciate that.
Get him over here. Don't join.
Carrie.
coming in
You
here.
gotta say something about that.
Yay! Speech time.
Favorite cousin.
You want me and
Oh, Gary, so poetic.
That was deep. That was about
Could write a poem on that.
Alright, they're gonna say something about Dan Patsy even though they're not here. And then I will, I guess, we can say.
Say what?
Hey, did you write it down?
Yeah, I read
I got cut.
Do you like your cup? Stephen was excited when he saw your cup.
Have you not seen my kitchen?
Oh, does it match it?
You're not gonna do the memo?
I hadn't even paid attention.
Pick the best cup. ever.
Really? Stephen really picked it out all by himself.
Apparently,
He was
Steven pays
excited.
attention to my kitchen.
He was very excited when he got it.
Alright.
My kitchen's fat chef.
Oh, really?
Elijah,
Well,
You haven't seen them, my
good.
family?
Lacey,
I guess I hadn't paid
Emily,
attention.
and Aaron.
Go back to some
You
videos.
three are
He was
the ones
excited
that's
when he saw it, though. He said it was
Sit down
perfect.
and listen. Callie, listen.
I was like, okay. He's like, it's perfect. Trust me, he'll love it. I was like, okay, it's your present.
Alright, dear Patsy.
I'm glad and honored I got your name. I think you know, I think you're the most kind, giving, but stuck in their ways person I know. The other thing that whenever I hear your name, that reminds me of you, is you are a walking, talking, spitting image of Mama. As for Callie, Elijah, Emily, Aaron, and Hudson, and of course Stephen's next baby, you all, as long as your great aunt Patsy is alive, your grandmother
Ooh.
will never be dead. The only difference in Patsy and Mama is Patsy is a lot more fast-tempered than Mama ever was. But she still is a walking, talking Mama made over. And Patsy, it's an honor to see Mama and everything that you do and say. I love you and thank you for all of your love and prayers.
Which one you guys got Serena? I think Stephen should have Serena.
What?
Since Patsy's not here.
I didn't know.
Since Patsy's not here. One you gotta do Serena, one you gotta do Charles.
I can do both.
Okay.
'Cause I got it.
Yeah.
Charles got to do Dan's.
They don't know.
Oh yeah,
that.
it's right here.
I can remember mine, honey. I didn't write everything.
Well, but Charles is going to do Dan's real quick.
Okay.
You don't have to say nothing. Just
Okay. Dan, I've known Dan a lot longer than I've known Serena. He used to chase me around Mitchell High School everywhere. But he's a good guy, and he's inspired a lot of younger generation kids to do right. That's all.
Alright. In lieu of Patsy and Dan being here, Charles, I appreciate what you mean for being there for her, for accepting her for as she is, nothing plus or minus, and for being a father figure not only to your children, but being there for Elijah, and being the father that he needs. I thank you for that. Thank you for what you stand for, hard working and supplying and being what? A son-in-law. I know you're not married yet or anything like that, but being in that place in my daughter's life. appreciate that. Appreciate for things that you do for her. And I appreciate when you look at her. You look at her through eyes of love. And I appreciate that. You're just like a sobby mess, don't you?
Oh, I ain't done.
Wait a minute, let me get Serena's.
Steve,
Mama.
if you think you're gonna get the last word, you're mistaken.
So before you get up and say something about everybody, I think you should.
Oh,
Not right now.
oh, and where Charles has stood by Serena when she's had seizures, he's not dumped her back on my lap. And that you've stood by her and been there for her when David never even heard the go by her. You've been more of a father and a husband to her than she's ever knew in her life. And I appreciate that. Alright. Let me find it.
Here.
See if you see Serena's.
That's kind of a scary picture of Shasta, isn't
Yeah.
it? Ooh, Lacey, is
Alright.
that yours?
Lord Jesus. Anybody
Nail
come
stuff?
on me?
Or is that?
Sure.
Alright.
And I thought I'd cry. I didn't cry.
I'd,
Mermaid.
I'd cried or drop a hat. Don't drop your hat. It's glued on.
Scary. Get out of the
He
way.
doesn't realize it.
Alright.
Unplugged it.
Tap the glue. This one.
Elijah, hush.
Alright. Serena, you're my first born. I had no idea when you were born what to do with you. Didn't come with instructions. And then before I ever learned even how to take care of you, then here comes Stephen. And then forget
He had
any
to rain on
instructions.
my day.
And wait a minute, just a minute.
Come here, Bubbles.
Serena, you talked a lot about Mama when you were talking about that. You have Mama's heart. You have that compassion inside of you. To be of single vision when you see the need that needs to be done. You have tunnel vision towards making that need go away. And I appreciate that quality about you. So what's inside that present is to give you back where your heart is. As you set out to get back on your feet in the area where you need to be. You've had obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. And you have to find that within yourself to get past those obstacles as you have had to do in the past and as you will continue to. From the examples that we see Mama go through. Broken bones or not, she kept going. And I think you've got a little bit of Papa's stubbornness in you too. To keep you going. I'm glad you did. I'll let you do
Turning Christmas upside down, ain't it?
Want me to give you my I'm
Yeah.
very
Steven loves it when we're talking about Steven.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
There's cards.
Yeah, Lord Gambling's right there in Ezekiel, ain't it?
alright. Stephen, like I said just then, and Serena, I had no idea. Born biracial. And without mom and daddy's influence,
You broke it.
I would have had no idea. They were not, they would try to tell me best. But regardless of whether I made those decisions or not, the one thing I hope to have passed, you would Serena, both, is what they had in their heart. Was the love that they had for God and the love of their family. I wish they could be here today, but they are here today because we have the love that they showed us in our hearts. And I appreciate what you've allowed God to turn your life around. And the stand that you've taken now. I appreciate that. I thank you. That's to make you smell better.
Not that you
What
still
did you
live
get?
Yeah.
You gotta show us your present.
Screw.
Oh, are you going back to school?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Well, I mean, that's kind of favoritism. Talk about teacher's pet.
Teachers. Anyway.
One thing I wanted to say,
Oh, I'm
not
excited for you.
Hey,
putting Steve on a pedestal,
box you're stepping on.
but I do appreciate you wanting to do something like this. Because I think it's been real good. I really do. Because so many times we do get in a hurry, and I joke around a lot. But I think sometimes you need to be
I'm gonna
serious
let him open it. He'll be
and
excited.
tell people what they need in you or
There's what?
how they
He'll be excited. I'll let him open it.
enrich your life. Because
Don't get it sanded over.
What?
Underwear.
you might see them
Oh,
on
no,
your
he
couch,
really
you
will.
think
I
of
think he
today,
will.
how much I love
The
them,
domino.
how much they meant to me, and what they,
We got
how they helped me in my
Her
life.
face on it.
And then it's too late.
She's excited. Her papa all plays
So I do
dominoes with her.
appreciate
So she's excited about taking him to cabin
you
tonight.
feel like God was in it, God inspired you to do this, and I do appreciate it.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Even if Gary wouldn't let
We
me.
got some underwear with her face
Guys, I
on
got
it.
a song
And her
that
what?
I want
Her
you to
face on
listen
it.
to, but I want you to take a moment. I want you to think about who in your life was the most inspirational. Who in your life showed you God the most? Who in your life showed you what it truly meant
Hudson.
to be alive and to love Jesus? And this song is
Can get
dedicated to them. And personally, I dedicated this song to Mama over the phone. But honestly, I'd also like to dedicate it to Mama and Papa. Because, you know, I got to thinking the other day about how
You want to
Mama
wear
and
it?
Papa always said they liked to went to church. And this, that, and the other. I said, but Mama, they never
Oh,
went.
thank you.
You know, I never saw them go this, that, and the other. But you know what?
What is that?
They had more God on them than a lot of people sitting in
What?
church pews
You
today.
want to wear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want y'all to listen to this song, and I want you just to think about who in your life you would like to say this to.
Alright, I promise. Put it on. Wrong one. No, I told you he'd be excited.
You may have to give me a copy of this song.
Did you see your picture on it?
Oh,
Oh, Lord. Here you go.
You heard this?
I think they call him Incredible Hulk. That's what you get for running away my way. Not let me pick on you.
Heard the angels singing. Someone called your name.
Be nice.
And saw this young man. He was smiling as he came.
Thank you guys.
And he said, "Friend, you may not know."
They might feed him for a week or two.
He tries every day to wear something with Iron Man and Captain America on it, so
I can't really find the toy, so I was like, I saw that, and I was like, I'll look
he's
at that.
just getting the clothes. You saw, he wanted to put it on.
Every week he would say a prayer before the class would start. One day when he said that prayer, I answered.
Is
Those are
when
mine.
they see how important he is to you.
All those are mine.
I'm done.
Okay, I want to go next. There's
Bingo,
somebody I
bingo,
want to say
bingo.
something about.
Let me sit down.
Callie.
Bingo.
Here you go, Aaron.
Is this a puzzle?
Is this a puzzle?
Sit down on the floor.
If this is a puzzle.
Sit down on the floor, baby.
Daisy.
Yes, ma'am.
Lacey made me too tired.
I'll sit beside you.
Oh, I could have done without the woman Gary.
Hudson, come here. Look.
Where's he at?
Daisy.
Oh, he's not here.
Thank you.
Look what I got, Hudson. Swing. Yep, you can ride. Look,
Alright.
it's going to get you.
Hudson.
A wonderful mother to Lacey, Callie, Hudson, and soon to be. And thank you for going above and beyond. What a wife.
What's a thing?
From her brother.
I knew this would be the best.
And thank you for not only being my sister-in-law, but me and you have been friends longer than we've been sister-in-laws. And I look at you and look up to you as my best friend, and I think you are just an awesome mother. And I cannot ask for nothing more for Lacey, Callie, Hudson, and the next one. I really cannot.
Love you.
Dad, this is the coolest
Notice you said one, not next ones, okay?
Feel good in your boob, does it?
I'm doing what God told Noah to do.
I believe it.
He said, "Go forth, son, be fruitful and multiply."
Well, I don't want to make nobody else
Are you
cry.
sure it was Noah, not
Just
Charles?
like
that
that.
said that.
Man, I like this thing better.
I don't want to make nobody else cry with crying nothing.
Oh my goodness.
But
I
I've felt my mom and papa here in this house more today since the day they left. I really have.
Well, it goes like
Because
that.
it was
I'm going to.
their leadership and just the lives that they lived that we seen.
Open it.
But you know, I never did tell them
That's a lot of pieces. Let's
how
wait
much
till we
they
go
meant
home.
to me and how much I
Wait
loved
till we go home. Look what Callie got. I bet Callie let you play
kind of
with her.
influence they did give me in my life. I didn't tell them. I mean, I told them I loved them, but I never. That was the
You
extent
want
of
open
it.
Mommy's?
I love
Open
you.
it for me.
That was all I ever said. I
Mamas,
never
can you
told
open
them
it?
how much I appreciated what they did do. And you think so many times, well, they knew. Well, they might have known, but it's just like when you're
What's
mother,
got?
you like to hear it once in a while.
Got pink.
But you appreciate it. No, she does appreciate it. I mean, I know she does, but you do. You like to hear it. You don't want to just think, well, I know they know. Yeah, they might know, but they do like to hear it.
Hold on, we're not going to open that right now.
Aww.
And that's one
Thank
thing
you,
like
Nana.
I was just
Love
saying,
you.
with
I'm telling you,
the
thank you,
generation passing it down.
Thank you.
Grandma and Papa not only
You got the one I
affected
told you I
their
like.
generation that they brought in, but they affected the generation afterwards.
Yeah.
And now it's up to us to show our children what they stood for. And if we don't show them, the world's got a copycat they will show them. And the world's just dying to get them to worship what they worship. And I think if
I got it on
we
tape.
let that die, then it's our fault.
Hudson, look, I got a little train.
You want an explanation?
It goes on track.
Well, I'm not preaching it. You want an explanation on why the world is the way it is now? It's because of not caring and letting go of those
They
things
can't come here,
in
or
life
we
we've
need
let
to
go
take it
of.
somewhere.
And that's why we're in the shape we're in now. You want an explanation for Connecticut? I've got one. We kicked Jesus out of school. We kicked prayer out of school. We kicked everything that was humane out of the school. And then we want to turn around and get mad at God because that happened. Brothers and sisters, we made that happen. We caused that to happen because we let them take everything that was humane out of school out. We asked for it, now we're getting it.
Yeah.
It's just like
And
I've
now
heard
it comes
people
down
say,
to, I'm sorry.
if you know, blaming God, why did you do this?
It was 5 years ago. I sat in this very chair. Watched Mama lay there in the bed and graduate. I saw her take her last breath. I knew it was. And my next task was to go there and get down beside Daddy's chair and tell him that she was gone. And he said, "Gone where?" "Daddy, Mama's gone." And he understood that. But there are a lot of famous people in the world. They're famous for some reason or other.
Look at the train.
But my daddy was the most famous person in my life. He had wisdom beyond measure. Had a second grade education. Well, he didn't finish second grade. But he had more wisdom than all the instructors I've sat under. And Mama, she had a heart of gold. She'd give just to give to people. If she had something, somebody needed some of it, she'd give it to them.
Look.
Turn it off.
And
Turn it off. Thank you.
we have good legacy to follow in. We've gained two since then. Billy and Charles. And I think they're an attribute to our family now. And if Mom and Dad were here, they'd be tickled to death. Because of all that's transpired in the last year or so. And Mama's told me many times, she said, "Buster, Steve's running from the Lord." I said, "Yeah, I know that." And I've told Steve maybe once that Mama told me that. But I talked to Steve on the phone, or else he'd come by. I say, "Steve, just submit to what God wants you to do."
Yeah.
Because I know what it's like to run, to avoid it. don't find that true peace of God till you say, I submit and I give up. And accept what God's got for you. And then do it with the best of your ability. That's when you're truly happy. When you're happy in the Lord. But when you're knowing you're supposed to be doing something and you don't, you're miserable. I did it for 13 years. And it's not a good feeling. But once you submit, that burden rolls off of you. It's a great weight off your shoulder.
Yeah. Ask her, say, can I play?
But we have a good family. I wish Patsy and Dan were able to be here. Because if Patsy was here, she'd be sitting here crying. Just like my Mama would. But it's hard to come in this house, not look on the couch where Mama's sitting. See Daddy's recliner there and him sitting in it. It's hard. But they're at peace. And if it's possible to miss somebody in heaven, I'd say they'd miss us. But missing is part of what we call death. That's the sting of death, is a separation. And someday, could be today, could be tomorrow, we're all going to pass through the same thing. But I've got somebody walking with me, walking with me all the way through that valley of the shadow of death. And I'll not have to fear any evil, for God's with me.
Yes, sir.
That's the comfort. And I got to thinking before Mom and Daddy passed away about death. And the Lord just impressed me with it's graduation. There's always happiness at a graduation. When you graduate high school, college, you've got all kinds of happiness. And death is the same way. You just graduate from this plane to a higher plane. And it's so much better.
Go play with Sissy. She'll give you horsey, I bet.
But
Callie, let him play with the horse. Give him the little one. He
we
can't have
need
the
to
little
be
one.
together, stick together. And it is a shame. It is a crying shame that we living as close as we do to each other. We don't see each other except at special occasions or a funeral. So I would hope that in the coming days that we'd think of times that we could come together as a family. We don't necessarily have to have a meal or anything like that, but just to fellowship. Because that's what families do. And I remember over at the hospital in Asheville, the nurses would tell me, I believe there were mamas over there, or it could have been daddy, or it could have been both of them, that they couldn't believe how close our family was. But to know, well, we don't see each other that often. But we present an outward appearance of being a caring family. And I hope we are. Care about each other. And so let's somehow or another make plans to get together. I mentioned this year. I believe it was last year. I mentioned it to Tracy and Patsy. That we live within 5 miles of each other. And Tracy calls, or I call Tracy. Seldom talk to Patsy. But yeah, Tracy talks to Patsy at least once a week, I guess. But she's going through some sicknesses. I remember last Christmas, she was feeling good. She was feeling real good. And I really look for her to be here today, but she didn't come. So, remember, the greatest thing that we have is the love for each other. And as long as we keep loving each other, we'll stay together. Because there's so much hate in the world that we don't really understand why things are as they are. It's simply because we've lost love in the family. Satan has tore the family apart. And he's been in ours. We know that. Recognize where it comes from. We know what we need to do about it. And so, let us love and show God in our lives more than it ever has been. Because time's short. Time's short. And that which we do, we gotta do while it's day. And we can't work when it's night. So family, I love you, every one. We don't say it enough. But I do, I love you. I'll shut up now.
Preach, brother, preach.
Gary's turn. Now, Billy, didn't you say you had a song you wanted to sing? I thought you did. I thought it was like Feliz Navidad or something like that.
Biggest problem?
Come on.
Would you want to dance a jig? That's Elijah.
Hey, Elijah.
Quit.
Hey, Bubba. Talking to you.
Do you remember? I remember a few years, Christmases before Mom and Daddy let us open the present. Avery's Christmas story. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Do you remember that? There would be a few times that
Serena and David lead
They sang one.
Hey, Elijah.
Yeah, I think that's on video. Of them reading it.
Yeah, we used to sing. We used to have to sing.
I think just Billy should sing. I mean, that's what I would prefer. Or maybe just Gary. That'd be great. Billy and Gary.
Well, what about a trio?
How about a hooter?
A trio. Charles and Billy and Gary.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Are you just wanting them to not come back?
I was actually having a good time.
Oh no, Steven's gonna sing.
Honestly, guys, I did all this because I wanted you to experience a total different Christmas. I wanted you to experience what, number one, the true meaning of Christmas was, and I wanted y'all to, in the world of, here it comes, I warned you at Thanksgiving dinner it was coming. In the world of electronic, Facebook, email, all this stuff,
Cell phone.
we have no physical contact or actual real communication with anybody. And I believe today, more than ever, shows that we can still communicate. None of y'all had to text one another your message. None of y'all had to Facebook one another your message. You all stood right before each other and you told what you liked about them, what you didn't like about them, if they smelled funny, if you loved them, if you wanted to thank them. And as Buster hit on, we do need to see each other more than just Christmas, Thanksgiving, and funerals.
I think we need to do Mama's Sunday dinners.
We've been coming down on Sundays. I've
Yeah,
really
that
enjoyed it.
coming down, but
Y'all really think about keeping this tradition of doing the Christmas the way we did it this year. I think this will be a memorable Christmas because you'll remember more about this Christmas because we communicated more than just come in, throw a few gifts together, eat some lunch, and go home. You all communicated with one another. You didn't Facebook. You communicated with one another. You told each other how you felt. I truly miss Mama and Papa's presence. I do. But my knowledge and my salvation, I wouldn't ask for them back to save anybody in this room. Because I know, number one, where they're at. And I know I'm going to see them. And I'm not hopeless. That's one thing, talking about the Connecticut thing. The only hopeless people up there are those lost parents. Because they will never see their children again. I have hope. And I have a promise that I'll see my grandparents again. I love them. But I hope y'all remember what we did. Remember each other in prayer. That's probably the most important. Remember each other in prayer, dear. If God lays somebody on your heart and you just pray for, call them too. You have no idea what they're going through right then. God may just lay them on your heart just to pray for them. You may be calling just to say hello. But communicate. If you don't have somebody's phone number, get it before you leave. Don't put it off. And don't Facebook. Mercy. Talk to them.
here, Elijah, I don't Facebook.
But I love you. I'm glad that we were able to have one more time to get together. This is one time we wasn't guaranteed, but we got it anyway. Amen. All right, Buster, if you'll pray, I just feel better.